Good afternoon, Scott here, known as Cantaloupe to some online, and I'm bringing a video to you on a subject that's interesting to me. It might be of interest to you or someone you know, and I want to talk about mediators, third parties who are sometimes called for to resolve disputes, to help facilitate communication and resolution of conflict, and to streamline business transactions sometimes. But sometimes mediation isn't called for, and sometimes the mediators themselves can be unskilled and problematic and create more trouble than they're worth. For example, imagine, a couple of people are meeting for the first time, and it is assumed that one or more parties who are joining this group are disproportionately advantaged in terms of resources or skills or abilities or experience, what have you, and the mediator and their employer or whoever has decided to impose them is incorrectly assuming that it's going to be about sales, that it's going to be about coercion, and that without mediation, somebody's going to get steamrolled and it will all be one-sided in the interest of the superior party. Okay, well, I want to tackle this particular idea because it seems to pop up sometimes where people invoke mediation or management, third-party involvement without due cause, without some kind of actual problem having manifested. And at that point, at the very least, what you're doing is you're denying all the parties a vote of confidence that maybe they would do the right thing, right? Because there are instinctual processes, instincts themselves that are designed to, create balance. It comes down to, mutual respect, having an altruistic interest or viewpoint by both or one or the superior party at least, but probably usually both parties, and not looking for problems, not creating problems by artificially separating communicators, adding layers of complexity and layers of interpretation where things just kind of fall apart. Really, there is a guideline here. There's a rule of thumb if you need one, and that is, if it's not about you, you can only make it worse by getting involved in it. If it's not called for to be involved, your involvement will only deteriorate whatever is already there, whatever good properties and interaction and efficiency there is, by adding complexity, by adding more people and more groupthink and more interpretation. You end up losing fidelity. You end up delaying things. You end up denying people a vote of confidence, and in the case of a meeting between parties that has not yet happened, you can destroy that whole thing accidentally. You can make it so unsupportable and inconvenient and inappropriate that whatever incentive there may have been just falls apart. It becomes too complicated. It's just not worth it when there's too many people involved sometimes. Maybe there was nothing to be gained for all the parties to begin with. Maybe the interest, like I said, was altruistic, in which case mediation wouldn't be called for anyway, because you're denying the vote of confidence that the person probably would have, in that case, done the right thing no matter what, and not steamrolled somebody, not sold them on some objective or idea or selfish interest, but discovered properly with respectful communication what is actually happening, what is interesting, and if there even is a bridge to cross at some point, the mediator can eclipse the bridge. And it's very sad when this happens. They can destroy something very fragile before it even takes form, and it's that whole, erring on the side of cowardice. You're going to find your lowest point of energy, but it's not going to be what you want. Not at all going to be what you want. Safety is expensive. If you don't think it is, well, you were right. Either way, you were right. You err on the side of expecting failure, you were right. You err on the side of expecting success, usually you're also right. Reach out with questions or comments to whitehotrobot@gmail.com. Thank you.